Hi guys, Mythmaker here with another gameplay video. Since I already covered Niles, Yggdrasil, and Babylon in my last video, today I'll be looking at Olympus, Shenzhou, and Kami. So as always, things we want to pay attention to before the start of the game is the counter matchups. So Olympus, Shenzhou, and Kami. In the Olympus versus Shenzhou matchup, Shenzhou tends to be a pretty like a stat check comp, right? And Olympus has like a safeguard as a good tool to deal with that, because when you have safeguard, you essentially negate an instance of damage, right? Which means that it doesn't matter how much stats the enemy has scaled. So even if Shenzhou scales a lot of high attack, especially like for example the Erlangchen comps, those tend to have really high attack in like the 100,000s to millions, but all of that is negated by safeguard. So that's a good counter there to keep in mind. And then Shenzhou versus Kami. Kami lethal is like the best or biggest counter against stat check comps, which Shenzhou tends to be, right? They tend to scale really high stats, and they do have some tech and utility, you know, like safeguard, cleave, AoE, and stuff like that, reborn as well. But in general, they tend to be just, you know, mainly they just overwhelm you with stats, in which case lethal is a really good counter. And then so that's Shenzhou versus Kami. And then we have Olympus versus Kami as well. Interestingly, even though lethal is really strong against stat check comps, it's actually weak against safeguard, because lethal needs to deal damage to trigger, but safeguard prevents that damage, right? So lethal doesn't actually do anything if the unit has safeguard, so it just wasted triggers, right? And it consumes the stack even if it doesn't trigger. As long as you deal damage, that instance is triggered, and then safeguard just negates it. On the other hand, however, we have like Hachiman, for example, or Harakasa Obake, these units who deal chip damage prior to actually attacking. These units are actually great for breaking the safeguard shields, you know, because like when you want to break safeguard, it doesn't matter how much damage you deal, right? It just matters that you deal damage at all, right? It can be 1 damage, can be 2 damage, you know, like Karakasa Obake here deals 2 damage, and that's enough to break safeguard shields already. And then you can follow up with your actual attack. You know, Karakasa Obake only has 1 damage, you know, but like Hachiman, for example, you know, in the late game, you probably want to you're gonna scale a lot more than this 3 damage. And Hachiman is really cool too, because each of his attack, right, he deals 6 damage, and repeats them a certain number of times, right? So at minimum, it's 2 instances, right? So the first instance of 6 damage breaks the safeguard shield, and then the second instance deals damage to the Olympus unit's actual health. And then when he attacks with the additional 3 damage or however much he has scaled. So that's a good way to deal with safeguard units. Alternatively, because the Olympus safeguard comp tends to have be focused around Athena and Minotaur to trigger the start of battle effect, and via Athena, it will make the Olympus units attack immediately at the start of battle, thereby kind of guaranteeing initiative, right? But Kami can counter this as well with conceal, because if your entire board is concealed, then the Olympus units, even if they get initiative, they have no valid targets to attack, right? So by having your whole board concealed, like say for example with Hitosume Kozo, like you probably want to taunt him, or just straight up, you know, using Jimanju on all your Kami units during the recruit phase, you know, and make sure all of them are concealed. And you basically get to steal away the initiative from Olympus, you know, when they have the Minotaur Athena combo. So, now let's talk about Nezha. Nezha, I chose to play Nezha today partially because I think he's a cool and interesting patron god. But not a lot of people know how to play him well. So today I'm gonna try to give you guys some tips. But also, the other reason is because he's actually pretty good with this realm set in particular. So let me explain. First, his GP. It comes in two parts. And both parts apply at the start of battle, right? The first is the stat gain, and then the second is the attack immediately. For the stat gain, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Like I mentioned in the last video, you want to choose units that, the target selection. You want to target units that make good use of the stats. So units with taunt, units with safeguard, units with like ranged, like Apollo, units with slay, like Artemis, and obviously of safeguard I already mentioned. So taunt, safeguard, ranged, and slay, or some other kind of like AOE effect like Shunokong with cleave or pierce, can make good use of the extra stats as well. And then yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. The other part, the attack immediately part, that's the important part to take note of, because what that means, right, is similar to the Athena and Minotaur combo. It essentially guarantees you initiative, right? Like you get to attack immediately. One of your units gets to attack immediately, and that's kind of like an extra attack outside of their actual attack that they would normally do. It's a bonus attack, assuming they survive, right? So what that means is, like, say for example, I have an Apollo, and then I target Apollo with the GP. So at the start of battle, both parties start of battle effects trigger, and then when your start of battle effects trigger, Apollo will attack one time. And then once start of battle effects are all resolved, then the units start going with the back and forth regular attack, right? And so when that happens, Apollo gets to attack another time, right? But that's only assuming, of course, that he survives when the start of battle effect triggers, he survives that attack, right? And that's why I chose a ranged unit as an example, because ranged units usually tend to survive their first attack. But if it was a non-ranged unit, on the other hand, they might die right away after this triggers, so they might not get a second attack. But it's still pretty useful because you, again, like I said, you get to steal away initiative, right? And so what you want to use that for would be for effects that you want to trigger ASAP or immediately. So effects like Ares attack effects, all attack effects are pretty good to trigger immediately. Like especially with Ares is a great example here, because you get to give an ally safeguard and attack, which will often trigger Athena. Like you want to pair with Athena as well. And then Slay, right? Artemis's Slay, and she, especially because she targets the lowest health enemy, right? Assuming there's no taunts, because taunts will take precedence over her effect. But if there's no taunts, she will deal damage to the lowest health enemy, and then that makes it more likely that she will trigger her Slay, and then give safeguard to trigger Athena as well. And then attack effects like Chimera, like I mentioned, can be pretty good as well. However, I believe last I checked, there's a bug with Chimera as well as Futakuchi Onna as well. They both have attack effects, right? And Chimera's attack effect, like when triggered with start of with Nezha start of battle effect, Chimera does inflict the 3 stacks of burn. However, the burn doesn't actually deal damage until after the start of battle effects have resolved. But at least it does apply the burn. Futakuchi Onna, on the other hand, however, apparently does not seem to apply her attack effect at all when when triggered by Nezha's attack immediately effect. So unfortunately, she's not a good target right now. But if she were working as if that interaction were working as intended, she would be a very very good target to use with Nezha because she has good AOE. Shenzhou also has, like Xiaolongni as mentioned. Um, Xiaolongni, her attack dealing chip damage can be used to counter Olympus safeguard, for example, or it can also be used to like kill like small units. So that's a like she's a pretty good target as well. But then also we can also possibly target units like Shitachi who you want to die ASAP, right? You want to kill her off as quickly as possible. So making her die right away at the start of combat can be beneficial too, right? So those she's a good target as well. Now, importantly, I need to mention because Fujin is in here. When Nezha GP makes a unit attack, right? If that unit has double strike, then it will actually attack twice. So like same as like Gilgamesh, for example, if you use Nezha GP on Gilgamesh, then at the start of battle, he doesn't attack once, he attacks twice because he has double strike. And then when his actual attack happens, he attacks another 2 more times. So in total, that's like 4 attacks straight. So that's yeah, like they're really strong in the right circumstances, so target selection is really really important with Nezha because otherwise he tends to be pretty weak early on, which brings me to the next point. If for those of you who watched my last video, you might remember I talked about planning ahead with leveling curves, and I mentioned specifically, if you see an ancient coin here on your turn 1, that means immediately you want to think that you can play Jeef curve, right? And so which is really good for me here because otherwise Nezha tends to be pretty weak in the early game, as mentioned, right? So Jeef curve kind of like helps balance things out quite a bit. So I'm going to start with this right here, and then I'm going to freeze, like I mentioned. And then I'm going to go like this. Unfortunately, yeah, they probably used another spell. And then, like this is an alternative to Jeef curve as well. Sometimes, like if you see on turn 3, if you get this quick recruit, I believe it's called quick recruit, or like the other 2-cost tier 1 spell, Sanctum Heist, because you currently have on turn 3 we currently have 5 gold and upgrade is 3 gold. So normally we could do like 3 gold here and the spell here to get another unit. In this case though, I have decent pairs here. I'm not sure if I want to freeze for it, so let me think, because like I said, because Nezha is pretty weak early, I could play a safer curve and just not level, or I could like I could buy this pair because next turn I'll have 6 gold, so I can buy this pair as well, or I can just not freeze for it. So for now, I think I'm gonna see. Okay, I got this triple here, so in that case, I think I'm not gonna freeze for it because like my plan was like if I got one a biter from that quick recruit spell, then I would freeze for it for the triple, right? But I didn't get it. I got this triple instead, so that's a pretty good target. So I won't freeze for it. And then, as mentioned, your first promo tends to be the core unit that you build your comp around. So you want to decide what you want to roughly what you can go for based on the realm set. So Olympus here, like all the tier 6 units are good. Athena and Ares are really strong. Artemis is fine, maybe. Hecate is decent. And then tier 4s are decent as well. Like Chimera is good, Minotaur is good, Charon is like kind of a must, but you don't really want to aim for him on your first promo. So yeah. Shenzhou, Zhao Gongming is strong. Xiaolongni also strong, and also we want to bear in when we want to keep in mind that I'm playing Nezha, right? So I'm also considering how strong they are um in relation to what PG I am playing, right? Like Xiaolongni is really strong because I'm playing Nezha. If I wasn't playing Nezha, she might not be as high priority. She's still strong, but probably not as high priority as like a possible first promo reward. And then these tier fives, none of them you really want to get as your first promo except maybe Shitachi. But then tier four like Huan Tianhua is really strong, and so that's a decent choice. And then we look at Kami. Kami, all the tier sixes are good. Tier fives like we can do Saruta Hiko, Ame no Uzume. And then Fujin and Raijin are decent if you already have Kami units. Like if you get them as your first promo, it's fine if you already have Kami units. But if not, then it's kind of bad. But you can still pivot into Kami, if you get one of these two options. But then we look at tier fours, like Odokuro is decent, Umibozu is decent, Hanadaka Tengu is great, and Futakuchi Onna is also great. So I've got like good options in like Kami has good tier fours and tier sixes. Shenzhou also has good tier fours and tier sixes. Olympus also has good tier fours and tier sixes, right? So depending on how I do in the next couple turns, I can decide whether I want to go for a tier 4 or a tier 6. But I'm doing pretty healthy right now. And they're one star. So I think what I can do is go for this. And then yeah, I'm doing really decent. So I might just level here and go for a tier. Unfortunately, I don't have good gold here though. So because if I level right now, I'm gonna have to like just buy this spell, or I can roll maybe. Let's see. Let's think. Is it worth? I think I'm just gonna roll. Maybe get a. Uh-oh. Do I want to freeze for this? Because next turn I will have 8 gold, and this is gonna cost 9 gold. Oh no! I think I messed up. I think I messed up my curve. But never mind. Let's just go all in on this. This might be a good pair to freeze on though, especially. Yeah, this might be actually, yeah. I can delay, like if I get this, I can delay my level to tier 6, to tier 5, sorry, until the next turn. So I can do this, and then let's see, I will go for, I can either do a Battle Cry or Sorel, and then sell that Battle Cry, and then get this pair. So let me see, let's think what good Battle Cries there are. There's this, and Greek Scholar. I think I want to go with Sorel because Sorel has good economy. Yeah, okay, so right there, that's a good one. I'm going to save this spell for, because right now I don't have a good target, right, for like what I want to play, because I don't have a core yet. I'm going to level up next turn and then try and get a tier 6 and hopefully land something good, and then I can target that tier 6. So, yep, we go with this, and oh, we've got an Ares. Okay, Ares is yeah, pretty good with like Harmonia is decent here as well, but I've got all Shenzhou and not very good pair with Nezha, and then Susano and Ares are all good options. So in this case, I think I'm gonna go with Ares here. And then, like I mentioned, like the trick with this spell in the last, like I mentioned in the last video, because I'm at tier 5, right? So the spell, no matter what, cannot get me a tier 6 unit. So if I want to maximize my chances, right? My pool right now is all units from tier 1 to tier 5, right? Which means if I target Ares, then the pool doesn't get reduced. But if I target a tier 4 unit, then the pool gets reduced by, like 12 copies, right? So you can kind of play around with those numbers, and take your chances, like depending on like what kind of unit you're aiming for, right? In this case, right now, I'm probably aiming for like a Minotaur or a like a Hecate maybe, because I need scaling, right? So what would be good would be anything, like I'm good with anything as long as it's Olympus scaling. So I'm gonna target Ares here. Uh yeah, I jinxed myself. This is Olympus scaling, but I mean I could technically go for this right here, but you know, because of the bug, I'm not sure I want to go for it. Do I want to go for it? Nah, I think I'm gonna take this, and then I can transfer the stats over later on. Yeah, I think I fucked up. I really need Charon as well, actually. So let's see. Oh, actually, I got Scylla here, so might be decent. I can buy her. And oh, there we go. We've got a scaling here. And then let's see. I want to do I want to take the chances? I probably won't. Let's go with that. And then this and that. And let's see, I can probably buy this as well. And I do need something else, like let's see, we can go with this again, or actually no, let's go with this since he scales attack. So let's go with that. I probably lose here, honestly. Oh no, oh, decent. Oh, nice. Okay. So I played a bit greedy at the start here. That was probably my mistake this game. Oh, I got a Minotaur. So do I want to freeze for it? Or I could just sell, and... Actually, no, I'm going to freeze for it because I do need bodies right now. Let's go with that. And then especially, like, I can get that spell too. Okay, I'm doing pretty decent now. I'm kind of stabilizing. Pretty low on health though, so a bit risky here. Let's see. I'm gonna go with this. Okay, so another trick about this spell, right? Like I have a triple here, and this spell gives all units of the same realm +2/+2, right? So what I can do is if I do use it right now, I get +2/+2 on both these copies, and then I triple. So the triple ends up getting +4/+4. Whereas if I tripled it first and then I use that spell, now I don't. I only get +2/+2 once, right? So that's a. And then no, I was hoping for a a Hecate, not a Hecate, an Athena. So let's see, no Athena here, and then we're just gonna go with probably safeguard. Let's do that. So let's see, we could go with do I want this? Let's take that. And turn 11, I think it's still early enough for me to do this, but I really do need like a Hecate. Oh, let's speak of the devil. There we go, finally. Oh, actually, I should have. I can just toss this now. Not a priority right now. I need more spells. Let's see. Do I want to? I can go for this and then just. Okay, that's good. Let's go for tier. I could go for tier 5 or tier 4. I'm gonna go for more Hecate. Hopefully, nope. Unfortunate. But I'm stabilizing now, so that's good. And there we go. It's 4 wins. Aether and Hemera might be a good Might be worth too if I can get. Actually, nah. I want to prioritize getting. Oh, there we go. I want to prioritize getting a something like an Athena would be great here. So I'm probably just gonna level up soon. I should just level up right now, actually. Um, then oh, Charon. Charon is important. So I think actually I want to place the other Hecate. I should have. Again, I misplayed. Here I'm gonna buy coin here and buy this spell and then do that. So you see how Ares attacks twice, right? Because of Nezha GP. So it's an extra attack. So that's what I was uh talking about earlier. So let's see, we wanna go with this and then this as well. And oh, that's a good pair. And then maybe we might get this. I'm not sure if it's worth right now. I think it's worth for getting spells. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. And it's an Ares. Oh, actually, I could have gone for Apollo, but I really want Athena here. I think Harmonia is the best call. And then let's see, maybe we can throw this down and sell it. And then let's get a I think we want to try and find Athena. So let's target this and oh, unfortunate. Once I do get Athena, though, if and when I do get Athena, like that whole, Nercha GP on Ares combo becomes really, really strong. So, oh, that's great. I can choose it. Still no Nercha, still no Athena here. I think I want to go for this, and then we have stats, obviously. Let's see, maybe we can place this down. Go to spells, and then we want to target. No Athena. I want Athena though. And actually, coin is pretty good here. Cause like when in situations like this, it's similar to how like when playing Babylon. Even if sometimes you place the unit down doesn't do anything, right? It can still scale Ninurta and Utu, right? Like the coins here, like you spend 1 gold to buy the coin and then you play it to gain 1 coin. So you don't change your gold, but then you scale with the Hecate, right? So that's a pretty good call here. And then I could go for this. And oh, there we go. That's finally. So I'm gonna sell this and buy that and then that and that. And now I'm pretty strong. I'm actually really strong, I think. And yeah, exactly. See right there, like I killed Susano without dying, even though he had lethal, because safeguard basically negated that. So and like like I mentioned, Olympus tends to be pretty attack heavy. They scale a lot of attack, but not a lot of health. And right now, I think I might want to swap this out for maybe, I don't know. I think I want to keep getting more spells. So I'm gonna go with this here. I'm gonna try and find more. I need more Charon. Okay, there we go. That's good. And that's it. I want to prioritize Athena here because Athena increases the cap. So I want to try and get tier 6s. I can get 2 tier 6s here. Oh, okay. I can. This is a good freeze with 1 Ares and 1 Hecate. But yeah, I do want to get Athena because right now she can only trigger 2 times per battle, and then rank 2 is 3 times, and then rank 3 is unlimited times. Oh, this is So this is the this stat check, right? Like I was saying before. So that's kind of unfortunate. But oh, I need this, and then we can go for that. And then let's see. I think we go with this. I can't sell it. I can't play it, huh? Oh, actually, I can do this. And then let's see. That's an Olympus as well, so I think I should be fine here. Okay, that's good. Safeguard. And I can't reach for this. I'm just gonna go with that. Yeah, okay, I'm definitely winning this one, so... Oh, that's funny. The dummy got a safeguard. So here, I'm gonna go with this again. And then... Medea would have been good if I got her earlier, because I was playing a lot of spells, right? So... but now it's kind of late for that. And I want... do I want this? Like, let's see. Plus 10, maybe worth getting, sure. And then... this for sure. This as well. And then I think I'm gonna sell Medea for this. Then I won't use it right now because, like I mentioned in the last video, right? You gotta think about like whether it's worth freezing, right? Because if I play this right now and there's spells I want to get, I'm gonna have to freeze, right? Which is like, as compared to like, if let's say I just use it next turn, I don't have to freeze, right? And it's probably like it won't change the odds of what spell I'm gonna get from this reroll. So I basically save myself by one goal by not having to freeze. Oh, great, that's perfect. And then Aries here. Then let's go with 2, 6. So now I use this and I can probably get that. Is this worth it? I'm not sure, but let's see. This is Olympus as well, so this is not a good spell, but this is good. I want to find... Oh, I could possibly... Okay, in that case, what I'm gonna do here is this. I'm just gonna... Let's see if I can get a Yorm, maybe. No, probably not. I could possibly go with this here. And so, by the way, the reason I'm keeping these Susanos in hand, apart from like, cause if I keep them in my hand, I keep them out of the pool, right? So if they're in my hand, then next time I get a promo reward or I use a precise invocation to get a tier 6 unit, you know, I get less of a chance to get Susano, right? So that's one reason. The other reason is because she's useful with Nezha as well, right? Like if in case I run into a Shenzhou comp that I think I can't beat, I can just pivot over to Susano. So I think I could do this here and get tier 5s. Nothing good here. So what I'm gonna do is probably get a polo here and do that. Okay, yeah, I think we're fine here. And there we go. So that's 10 wins, 10 trophies. Took a while, and I greeded a bit. But it worked out well because, you know, like I said, Nezha is weak in the early game, but once you get the good like target selection units, right? Like I said, Ares is a great option for Nezha. Once you get that, you know, you become like, you get a huge power spike and you get really strong. So you just gotta be able to learn to like decide how much risk you want to take in the early game. Like, you know, like I did earlier, I almost messed up the entire run by, you know, trying to go for a tier 6 unit. But, you know, I had to go for a tier 6 here because of the realm set, right? Like that was the only good realm set, and like I mean, I could have gone for tier 4s like Futakushi Onna, and I could have gone for Chimera, but you know, it's because the bugs prevented me from doing that. Otherwise, they would actually be good options, and I would have just used the promo the turn I got it. and then I could have stabilized even earlier, and then I wouldn't have lost so many lives because I lived with one life left, right? And so obviously, probably I'm not gonna go for survival here because I mean I could, but I don't want to risk it, because it's not gonna be worth it. If I lose one and win one, it's gonna end up being the same, and worst case I lose both. So yeah. So once again, hope you guys learned something. I know I didn't like explain a lot of stuff this time around because I'm trying to keep it short, and sometimes I don't really know what to say. But yeah, hope you guys learned something, and thank you for watching.